Have you ever felt that you cannot get out of the self-preservation mode of fight, flight, or freeze? And you cannot really function when you have a really stressful situation? Hi, I am Dasha, divorce and financial coach. And today I'm giving you the library of techniques that I share with my clients to self-regulate during a very stressful situation and get out of the self-preservation mode as fast as you can and function on your best possible capacity. The goal here is not to stop feeling the feelings, not to stop energy and shutting everything down. It is all about a redirection of energy. When I do horseback riding, I tend to freeze if my horse spooks. And my trainer is constantly telling me, do something. It's okay if you make mistake. That's fine. As long as you're doing something, you look in another direction or you look towards the direction of the thing that spooked your horse. Have some type of a body movement. So the same principles I am sharing today here. Oh, and let me show you my companion for today. My horse JB. He's been a really good boy. All right, thank you. Thank you for showing your booty. Come on, come on. If we can do these things with powerful animals, we can do it with our bodies, with other people present. And our minds don't distinguish a bear chasing us or a boss giving us a lecture about missed deadline or whatever it can be. Like, for example, you're going to the court for the custody battle. You gotta self-regulate to think clearly, because if you're there, it's a super stressful situation. When I went to the court for my custody hearing, I lost 1 pound in 1 day. I was very, very nervous. I had to be in the good thinking mode, right? First, I'm going to give you the techniques that you can do under the table without leaving the room. And not all of the techniques are going to be suitable for you. And please do your own research, consult with your doctor. When you're sitting across the table from someone and the situation is getting escalated, you can start massaging your fingers under the table. Make sure you're not making an angry face or really just like, ooh, that kind of face. Just massage your fingers, first like this, and then like this. You can also do this with your fingers, touching each of them, and just going into that rhythmic movement. And you can go quickly if you're really feeling you're gonna fight or flight, and you can go as slowly as possible. You probably heard about EFT, an emotional freedom technique called tapping. Again, I'm not going into depth. Please do your own research about this wonderful, wonderful technique. And there are a lot of spots that you can tap on. And I want to share something that you can do, again, under the table without another person noticing. You can start tapping here. Tap in the rhythm of your heart if that feels good for you. But normally that is that rhythmic doom, 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 doom. You can do faster, you can do slower. See what feels good for you. And since I'm at the horse barn right now, I'm going to share some horse examples. If the horse is very nervous and he's in the flight mode, which is most common for horses, the rhythmic movements gonna help to self-regulate and gonna bring that anxiety, that adrenaline down. And remember, with all of these techniques, the goal is not to stop feeling the feelings. It's not to escape in any way the situation. It is to self-regulate, and this is to redirect the energy. All right, what else can you do? You can simply start lifting your fingers and concentrating on lifting one finger at a time. And as you can see, it is quite challenging. So you can just keep them on your lap under the table and do this lift. You can also do the same thing with your toes. Well, if your shoes are very tight, and ladies, we know how it goes with high heels, but just lift each toe at a time. Let's move to breathing, a little bit more noticeable technique and activity. In a fight, flight, or freeze, we tend to hold the breath. We tend not to breathe properly, or we breathe with the upper chest. So we're going to focus on belly breathing, which can be challenging in the stressful situation, but we're going to try. Oh, and another thing, make sure to practice these techniques when you're calm, to train your body to go from the fight, flight, or freeze back to neutral, back to normal, like that. To do this, you gotta practice when you're in a good mood, when you're in the peaceful state of being, you're calm, you're serene. And that will teach your mind to pick up on this activity. And you basically doing the Pavlovian dog reflexes teaching. All right, so breathing. You breathe with your belly and you do square breathing, meaning you inhale for 4 counts, you hold your breath for 4, you exhale for 4 counts, slow counts. You hold your breath again, and you repeat. About 3 cycles should be enough. Otherwise, you can start feeling dizzy. You can also just take deep breaths, and if you can, for example, you're over Zoom, so you can mute yourself and do this. Long exhale, hold it for 2 counts, and exhale with a sigh. And repeat this about 3 times. The louder the sigh, the better, because that soothes your vagus nerve.
Another technique that you can do quietly is called thunder. You hold a fist, nothing too tight, just gentle fist, and you gently pound on your chest. Tundum, 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 in the rhythm of your heart. Tundum, tundum.
The other breathing technique that you gotta leave the room for, because it looks really, really silly, or you can invite, let's say, your coworkers, you having a very heated argument or a discussion, and you gotta bring some silliness in. I did it with my client when she was feeling like I could tell that she could not get out of the loop of the anxiety. I was like, okay, let's pause and do something super silly together. And I'm like, are you game? Just for now and just for fun? And she was like, yeah, sure, why not? And that just is such a great icebreaker. That's such a great reset button. Okay, this is called the dragon breathing. So you put your hand on the belly and on your solar plexus, and you inhale first here and then here, and do this like with your nose, like really kind of like deep and powerful breaths. And then you put your hand right here on your throat and do last one. You open your eyes as wide as you can. You stick your tongue out and do one more time. Do this 3 times and trust me, that is such a beautiful reset button. Another reset technique is called knocking on heaven's door. You start swaying your body slowly first. Start doing it for about a minute. And just let your hands do this, kind of hit your booty a little bit. Nothing too crazy, whatever feels comfortable for you. One day you might go like this and that's enough. Another day you might be like, wow, I really feeling it. So do it for 1 minute. And at some point your body starts taking over and you start swinging like this. You might close your eyes, you might sway, and you might be a little bit of balance. This is perfectly fine. And then I highly recommend starting with 1 minute, adjusting your body to this type of movement, and graduating yourself to 2 minutes of this exercise. So you might end up doing something like this with your whole body. And then you stand and feel the tingling sensation everywhere. Your body is awake. And the problem you were really focused on and stuck on floated away. Another good reset technique, and just literally shaking things off, is body vibration. Again, if you have a knee problem, consult with your doctor, check in with yourself, check in with your body. So we're doing this. We're starting small. Maybe you are like more like your dominant leg is shaking more, or both of them. Just check in with your body. Feel the ground under your feet and kind of do this. You can do not the shake, do just bouncing. Just bounce, 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 bounce. Look at animals and kids, how they shake things off. Like horses, they're prey. So they go into flight mode a lot, but they can bring their energy down really fast because they shake it off, they roll on the ground, they do, which is a wonderful technique. Bring me to, my horse just did that, and he brought me to that technique of doing this. Again, very silly. You might want to do it in the privacy of the bathroom or another room. Or again, it can be a really fun icebreaker. You can invite your colleagues, your friends, your family, whoever you have in this escalated situation with. You can do, ah, that's good. I hope that these techniques were helpful for you and you can try all of them again when you're calm, when you're in a peaceful place and you feel safe, and then you train your body to go from the self-preservation mode into the neutral mode. And I will talk more about what neutral is, how to reach that, and what is it all about. So you gotta you gotta know how your body normal neutral feels, and then you can go from the self-preservation mode back to that neutral faster, like animals and kids do. And remember, if you feel so stressed, do not hold it. Go outside, go to the bathroom, drag the energy, let it out any possible way. And sometimes I come to the barn and nobody's here. I did some yelling. In the covered arena, the sound doesn't travel much, or in the car, sometimes we're just gonna be like, "Wah!" Like screaming as a baby to let that out, that stagnant energy out. Because if we feel stuck, nothing good can come out of it. If we feel tense, if we feel we cannot breathe, or we go to the fight mode and saying things we regret, or we go into the flight mode and we leave the stressful situation without resolving it ever, that this is not good. I hope these techniques and tips were helpful for you. Please leave me a comment down below. Which technique are you going to have in your toolbox and bring with you to any stressful situation?
Try them all like you would try on your clothes and see what fits, what you like, what you don't like.
If you have experience, if you have another technique, also please share it in the comments. You never know how your story, how your tips, how your techniques can change someone else's lives. All right, I'm giving you a big hug. I'm off to my horseback riding lesson, and if I get to practice one of the techniques today, let be it. Bye.